Good evening, and here we have the FTSE chart. Well, it was a tricky week last week. We saw the FTSE fall from 67.80. It came right the way back down to that 6600. Well, it hit 66.15, so 66.20, 6600 support held. Up we went. We took out 67.45, and we've closed up quite high on the week. However, if we look over here, you can see that we do have resistance up in this 6800.05 area, and really, unless we can break above 68.35, the market should come back and retrace some of last week's rise. I would think around the 67.45 to 67.20 would be a good correction target for the market. Now let's take a quick look at the weekly chart. You can see we didn't have, they call it reversal weeks. We didn't, because quite frankly the trend has been higher over the weeks ever since we exited Brexit. You can see how we closed up on that week, and we've had good strong weeks ever since. This one was a bit iffy, but didn't post a down week. It still posted an upward week, and last week you saw this trend continue. So what happens if we break 68.35? Well, we've been talking about this inverse head and shoulder pattern for quite some time, and there's nothing yet to suggest that this 73 target isn't going to be seen. The problem comes is, like, does it go up in a straight line? I mean, if you look at that weekly chart, you could say yes, it has gone up in a straight line. We know markets don't work like that. We know that within that weekly upward move, you've seen plenty of up and down moves that have been quite tricky to trade. I suppose if you just sit and closed your eyes and went in at 66.20, you could be sitting here on this day going, do you know what, we had a really terrific week trading. It's not that simple, especially in August. You never know what it's going to do, or you know less what it's going to do than what you do in June, July, September, October, blah 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 blah. So you're always more wary of trading in the August month. If you look at the chart though, you can see that the weekly charts are overextended, but the daily charts aren't. So you've got this contradiction of where we go, what we do in the short term. Now even our 4-hourly chart isn't really showing you a great deal more than what the daily is showing. We are seeing that the market is slightly overbought here, so I personally think it is really going to struggle above 6800 at the moment. That isn't to say I don't think it's going up, I do, but I honestly do think that you're going to see a reversal first, a correction first. As I said, I've given you the levels on the downside. Let's hope Asia doesn't do what it did last Monday morning, and that we can actually get on board to buy into weakness, looking for the market to continue to rise overall.